guys, and happy Thursday. So, today we're going to be talking about this incident that happened in Florida in a bus. We're not going to show the videos because the video is very traumatizing. Just not something that I would like to keep it playing. I think enough people have it online. But if you haven't heard about the incident, as a 9-year-old girl
I believe so, yes.
was beat up by a 14-year-old boy, and then, of course, other little kids in the bus actually joined as well on beating her. The bus driver didn't do anything. It's just being said that the mother earlier that day, they go to the school because her son was getting bullied by these exact same kids, and then the whole incident also happened, when they were heading home. It's also being said that the her brother also got beat up, but it's just a sad incident. I mean, I saw the video accidentally on TikTok, and that little boy is beating on that little girl like a grown ass man would beat another
Man, good. Makes me wonder what he going through at home.
grown ass man. That's what makes you wonder. I mean, it's sad that a 14-year-old now could go to jail, right, for an
Mm.
incident that could have been avoided. You never know what another kid is has going on at home.
Yeah.
And specifically for this 14-year-old, the way, like again, the way he was beating on this little girl, he had to have seen that somewhere.
Yeah, he definitely has to learn that something. Either he's going through some abuse of his own at home, or somebody in his home is going through some type of abuse, or he just lives in an environment where nobody cares.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what is going on. I mean, the fact that another little boy decided that it was okay to jump in and hit her as she
Mm.
was getting hit by another, like, who's racing you guys?
You could be just just be on a bad bus, like with a bus route full of bad kids going through bad neighborhoods, homes that don't where nobody cares, and they just a rowdy bus. Like I remember when I was growing up, I used to get on those type of buses.
Mhm.
Like me, my cousins, my brothers, we all got on buses where it was a bunch of rowdy kids,
Yeah,
and they all came from certain parts of our neighborhoods where it wasn't that great.
yeah. I think that that's the way of acting cool,
Mm.
and that's why maybe that other little boy did it as well. Decided to join in. This is where your parenting should come into play. But I know Jacob will know better than to do something like that, just because he knows he will have to deal with you afterward. Family that hits our kids, but we are a family that once my husband gives one of my kids a look or a certain way that he says their names, they know they're messed up. And it's like they know better. And
Mm.
we had incidents at the school where I have told you this when I had a call from the principal one time when Ricardo used to go to the school. Ricardo was getting bullied by somebody,
Mm.
and Jacob had, from what I was told, Jacob had already told this person to stop, leave my friend alone. And then I guess something happened in lunch when they were outside of recess, and Jacob intervened.
Yeah.
And I thought Jacob was in trouble. Jacob was not in trouble. They were just like, hey, this incident has been going on, and Jacob intervened. And this is not the first time that we have heard of Jacob standing up and intervening when something is not right.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for my 11-year-old to react. But when he reacts, he reacts. I feel like that's when your parenting should come and stuff. Even if you live in the worst neighborhoods, you still have kids that grow up to be amazing. So I hate
Mm.
when people blame, oh, but it's because they come from a bad area. Yeah, you're right, they do come from a bad area, but there are kids that come from bad areas that actually excel and do good and want to get out of that bad area because they have parents that care. If
That's
you
true.
live in a bad area and you don't care about your kids and you only care about either doing whatever it is that you want to do, your kids are going to be bad. And it's not even being about a bad area. You can be in the best area in the whole world. And if you don't pay attention to your kids and you don't do some type of parenting to your kids can come out bad.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why your kids are bad. Well, you never cared. Because we have a lot of people nowadays that believe that being a parent meant buying gifts. That's not parenting. And now we have a lot of that in this society where a lot of people do that. A lot of people are like, well, I work a lot to be able to give my kid what I didn't have, which is amazing. You should do that, but at the same time, have that time to be able to sit down with your kid and know what the hell is going on in their school. because you never know what kids are evil now, and I feel like it has to do a lot with internet.
Yeah, they learn that stuff from somewhere. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that I be seeing these little kids doing nowadays, I'll just be like, yeah, y'all got too much access to the internet.
Hmm.
Because um, just like when Karen came to me and said one of her little friends came to her and said so and so's coming for you. I told Karen, I said, look, if something happened at this school today, all y'all is in trouble because I'm finna come up to that school and I'm finna raise hell. Like I don't care who's involved. Everybody's parents getting involved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it. I'm going to the principal's office. Everybody's parents is getting called, and we about to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say social media is because the people that were kind of antagonizing my 2-year-old, they had Snapchat, they have TikTok, and they were kind of pushing, K-Bear to actually get these stuff. And she would come up to me and she'd be like, Mom, but why can't I have TikTok? Why can't I have Snapchat? You're 7. Why do you need it for? Who's gonna
Yeah.
be Snapchatting you, Barney? Like who? And she was like, well, my friends have it, but that's not my problem. They're not my kids. And that's one thing that I tell all my kids. Like when they tell me, well, so and so is not my child. I can't tell their parents how to raise them.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a sad incident because now you have a 14-year-old now that's arrested that could have been avoided. You have
Mm.
another young man in the system that shouldn't be in the system. That probably could have been avoided. Again, we don't the much details of the case is not out yet for us to completely comment on, but it's just sad. I feel like bullying needs to stop. Like that bullying stuff, like you need to talk to your child and quit that shit. Like
Yeah.
many people don't talk to their kids about bullying. And I feel like that's something that needs to be talked about. Like you need to talk to your kids about that because you don't know. Those doesn't only damage the person that is getting bullied, but it can also damage the person that was doing the bullying. Because if they get arrested, now your whole life is in ruins.
Mm.
For what?